Reactions. I'm your host, Sutton Def, and it is a wonderful Friday, January the 16th here. Man, I'm so glad it's the weekend, guys. We finally made it. It's been a long week for me. I know I've put in a lot of hours streaming this week. Nothing wrong with that. Going to continue to do that, of course. I love you guys. I love doing this, but it has been a long week, and I'm ready to watch some NFL divisional round playoffs this weekend. There's going to be a lot of great matchups. I'm going to be right here in the house watching them. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. These matchups require your full undivided attention from start to finish, all four of them. I cannot wait. By the way, guys, in case you guys have not noticed, I am on a new microphone. I'm on a brand new microphone. I just got it today. I got a comment on yesterday's episode of PRP saying that my voice was really low and I was a lot lower than Alex. So I was like, you know what? Enough of this. I'm just going to go out and buy a new mic. And that's exactly what I did. Ordered it off of Amazon like early this morning, and it got here just about an hour ago. So that is what the delay is about. Normally, I would have went live about 2 hours ago on this channel and live streamed, but we are here nonetheless. So I appreciate you guys for coming through. We got a couple in the live chat already. Chris M is in the live chat. We also have Herb in the live chat. What's going on, Herb? Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all. This is episode 19 of Sudden Reactions. Episode 19. And, speaking of the divisional playoff matchups this weekend, I want to take a look and let you guys know what my favorite one is. Zeke, what's good, man? Let me know how I sound, by the way, guys. Do I sound better than normal? Like, do I sound louder? I should sound a lot louder. That was my goal. That was my goal. Let me see some matchups here. So, yeah, 4 great matchups this weekend. You got Bills at Broncos on Saturday. You also have 49ers at Seahawks on Saturday. And then on Sunday, you get Texans at Patriots. And then it rounds out the weekend with Rams at Bears. Thank you, Zeke. Thank you, Chris, for letting me know. Sounds good. I appreciate that. I can't wait to listen to it on the playback. I know that much. Let me see something here. Are we? Oh, we are. We're actually live on the Purple Rain podcast channel and the Sudden Reactions channel simultaneously. I found a way to do that. Before I had to do it live separately on both channels. But today I found out a way to, get both the channels streaming at the very same time. So whether you're in the chat on Sudden Reactions or you're in the chat on PRP, everybody is in the same chat today. And that was my goal. That was my goal. And I don't know how long I'm going to do it like that, but I just wanted to test it out, see if it works. Apparently it is. So that's really cool. But back to these matchups though. What is my favorite matchup of the weekend? I think my favorite matchup, the one that I'm most looking forward to, is probably that 49ers and Seahawks game. It's between that and the Rams and Bears. Rams and Bears should be absolutely fireworks. 5:30 game. It starts at 5:30 p.m. here on Central timing. So it'll kick off at around 6:30 on the East Coast. But either way, it's going to be dark. It's going to be a primetime game. The Bears are at home. It's going to be around 0 degrees. So, I mean, that game is going to be insane. I already know Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Tay Adams, that offense is going to be humming. And then Caleb Williams has a chance here to really, really make a name for himself. Yeah, last week was cool. Diced up the Packers, threw for like 100 passing yards in like one quarter or something like that. Something crazy, But this week against the Rams, a team who I personally think is going to the Super Bowl, a team who I personally have thought the Rams were going to the Super Bowl since like mid-season. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, this Bears team has a huge opportunity to separate themselves from the rest of the NFC and really put the league on notice. Like, hey, this Bears team is for real. They could go to the Super Bowl, and not only that, but they could win it. So, in terms of like storyline and like offensive firepower and how I think that game will go, I think it'll be high scoring. I think it's going to come down to the wire. Whatever the point totals is for this game, I would love to know. Let me see. 48 and a half. 48 and a half point totals for the Rams versus Bears. I'll take the over. I'm going to take the over. I feel like there's going to be a lot of offense. It's going to be fireworks. The other game I mentioned, 49ers Seahawks, I think this is going to be a close runner-up to the Rams and Bears for me. because 49ers Seahawks is going to have huge implications on the next Ravens head coach. And my guy Simply AS10, shout out to him. He brought this up to me yesterday. He said that he thinks whoever wins that game, their coach, one of their coaches will come to the Ravens. So if the 49ers end up winning, then the Ravens will give Robert Saleh the nod for head coaching for the Ravens. Or if the Seahawks win, Clint Kubiak will most likely come to the Ravens. And I thought that was an interesting point, because you have it's literally a battle. Offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak versus defensive coordinator in Robert Saleh. Who gets the better of who is going to be the big question here. So if you're a Ravens fan, make sure you tune into that 49ers versus Seahawks game, because it could potentially tell us a lot about where the Ravens want to go or who they want to hire for their next head coach. The other games, Bills, Broncos. Again, I think with the Bills, Josh Allen, I think he puts the cape on again. I think Bo Nix in that Broncos offense, they make a valiant effort, but Josh Allen just makes an extra one or two big plays than Bo Nix does and wills that team to victory. The spread is 1.5, right? The spread is only 1.5 for the Broncos because the Broncos are at home. I'm taking the Bills plus 1.5. I'm taking the Bills plus 1.5 all day. So I've got Bills. I've got Seahawks over the 49ers. I do have the Seahawks beating the 49ers. And I've got let me see, Patriots over the Texans. That's the last one I want to mention. Patriots, this game, I don't think it's going to be that exciting. I feel like it's going to be a defensive struggle. It could be very reminiscent of the Patriots last game where they beat the Chargers 16-3 last week on Sunday Night Football. I expect, a low scoring game in this one, maybe 23-16 or something like that, 24-16. And I'll take the Patriots in this one. I'll take the Patriots. The Texans are phony. They did everything in their power to give Pittsburgh that game last week. But their defense and their pass rush really stepped up when you needed them to. Yeah, doesn't that sound nice? It must be nice, right? And they got it done. But the Patriots, I feel like the Patriots just have that. They have that extra punch, right? That the Chargers apparently do not have. I mean, not the Chargers, but the Steelers apparently did not have. So I'll take the Patriots in that one. And then I don't know if I made my pick for Rams Bears. I just know that they're going to go over the point total, but I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams. -4. I don't know about that. I'd probably take the Bears +4 before I take Rams -4. But I do like Rams money line. So basically what I'm saying is I think it's going to be a razor close game. Razor close game. But that's divisional weekend. Of course, enjoy those games this week. Zeke says, Sutton, I'm starting my fitness journey. Do you recommend any protein powders and any tips on workouts? Protein powders, I use what is it called? Oxyway. Oxyway. I guess I can put it in the chat. Let me see. I just recommended a friend this the other day. Let me see. Oxyway protein powder. There we go. Put it in the chat. That's how you spell it right there. Oxyway protein powder. Try some of that. And then tips on workouts. I would probably say start with a split. You know what I mean? So what that means is, different days of the week you split your training regimen into different days of the week per body part, per region of your body. So a common split that a lot of people use is what they call push, pull, legs. Oh, does it say that? Ravens versus Browns preview? That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that. Is this Cancun? I don't know. So what I'm actually doing, guys, is I am streaming from the Sudden Reactions channel, and it's also on the PRP channel. Haven't really figured out a whole lot of how to, get this exactly how I want to. It's kind of experimental, guys. It's kind of experimental. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to change that in real time. Let me see if I can. That'd be awesome. But no, a typical split is push, pull, legs, Zeke. And basically what you can do is you can do push. Push basically means your chest, your push exercises. So your chest, your triceps, your shoulders, where you're pushing things. Then you have pull, your pull exercises where you're working mainly your back. So you have like your rows, you have your pull-ups, things like that. And then leg workouts is a totally different one. You have your legs. And then on a separate one, you can of course do you can do like cardio and stuff like that. That's how I would split it up. Let me see. I don't think that it will let me change the title of it in here. Oh wait, here we go. There we go. All right, let's see. Sudden reactions episode 19. There we go. All right. So if you refresh the page on PRP, it should say Sutton Reactions episode 19. So try that out. Sorry about that, guys. It's not a troll stream. I promise you, Thea Pinnell. Sorry about that. But okay. All right. He said, I thought I was tripping on the PRP channel title. My bad, guys. My bad. But okay, Stretch 52. What's going on, man? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's go ahead and get into some reactions, guys. What we came here to get into. Let's do it. All right. So today we're gonna start off with you know, we've been having a lot of fun, guys. We've been having too much fun with this liminal horror series, right? The kind of the pick the door, guess the box series. That's been a blast. And I've been having a lot of fun doing it with you guys. We kind of turned it into a little competition yesterday. So I wanted to keep that going. Right. I wanted to keep that going if that's okay with y'all. Those have been a lot of fun. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out the first one that we have, right? This one's going to be a 4 box. You got to pick the box, right? You got to pick the right box. Um, what up, Eli? You got to pick the right box to see if we can survive. All right, let's go.
In 5 seconds, choose a random box. The box you choose will determine where you have to stay for a month.
All right, guys, so pick your box now. Each box is going to be a different scenario, a different setting, a different place. But whichever box you choose, you have to stay there for 1 month. For 1 month. I'm going to call my shot. I'm going to pick box number 3, so the bottom left box. I'm going to go with the bottom left one. I'm thinking that one, I just got a feeling about it. And Zeke agrees with me. He says 3 as well. I got a feeling about it that one's not so sinister. I'm hoping that I'm right. If I'm wrong, then I'm dead. Or as they say, if I'm lying, I'm flying. So I'm going to go 3. Let's check it out.
Box 1, the abandoned bunker.
Stretch says 2. Okay. Glaucoma, what up? KP says 4. Glaucoma says 1. All right, Glaucoma. I mean,
this is a bunker that has been abandoned for decades. It is very large and contains many different rooms.
The abandoned bunker is crazy.
It's also incredibly dark. However, you have a flashlight with plenty of extra batteries. Food isn't difficult to find. Somewhere in the bunker there is a storage room stocked with different cans of food. Some of it is expired, so be cautious. Sleeping is slightly uncomfortable. There is a room with old bunk beds for rest, but the mattresses are thin and dirty. You must be careful. This place has an odd phenomenon that causes you to slowly become more and more paranoid about
Oh yeah, y'all who picked the top left for box number 1, y'all are cooked.
Surroundings. Each day it gets worse. You will even start to hallucinate due to this paranoia. If you hear or see odd things such as a person, don't worry. It's probably just your mind. Box 2, the
My bad. I muted my mic. It didn't say that there was anything in box number 1 that was going to kill you. However, it did say that you have to stay there for 30 days. And the thing is, you're going to drive yourself crazy because it said this place has a phenomenon where it makes you feel like something's watching you, something's following you. It makes it feel like the place is getting smaller. And again, this is a whole underground bunker, right? So there's probably all sorts of haunted spirits down there and nah. So if you pick box number 1, you're probably cooked. You're probably cooked. But box number 2 says Willow Tree Forest. I don't know. This one's looking a little spooky too. But let's see who. Let me see who picked box number 2. As a matter of fact, let me see who picked box number 2. I know somebody did. Thanks for letting me know I was muted, guys. Stretch says box number 2. Okay, I think Stretch was the only one. All right, so let's see, Stretch. What you
The
got?
willow tree forest. This is a forest with primarily weeping willow trees. It is mostly cloudy and sometimes foggy here. The temperature is warm, ranging between 65 and 70 degrees. There are nice creeks here that run through the forest. Oddly enough, the water is completely safe to drink. Somewhere in the forest, there is also a small pond with a bench next to it. Food is easy to find. There are many bushes and trees here that grow fruit. Somewhere in the forest, there is a large basket full of snacks and fruit. Sleeping
Bro,
is decent. Sometimes you can find large patches of grass to lie on, and they are comfortable. There are no bugs in the grass. You are safe here.
bro, bro. Stretch got the W. Stretch got the W. That's what it's looking like. I mean, that seemed pretty sweet. I mean, let me spin it back. Make sure I didn't miss anything.
And 70 degrees. There are nice creeks here that run through the forest. Oddly enough,
Bro, it's nice weather. It's just foggy. That's all. It's nice weather. You get running water that's clean.
the water is completely safe to drink. Somewhere in the forest, there is also a small pond with a bench next to it.
Get a little bench in case you don't want to lay on the ground to sleep.
Food is easy to find. There are many bushes and trees here that grow fruit.
They got, oh my god, there's fruit and vegetables all. Mm.
Somewhere in the forest, there is a large basket full of snacks.
And then you get a random basket full of these goodies. I mean, cosmic brownies. I mean, these aren't really. You don't get a whole lot of nutritional value. And by the way, those canned goods, I don't really know what you're gonna do with those unless you're just gonna eat them straight out of the can. Asmodeus, what up, man? Appreciate you for coming through as always, man. Let me see, but yeah, nah, man. This definitely takes the case. Definitely takes the cake. But again, I don't know what you're gonna do with those canned
Snacks
goods.
and fruit. Sleeping is decent. Sometimes you can find large patches of grass to lie on, and they are comfortable. There are no bugs in the grass.
Bro, they said there's no bugs in the grass. This place is literally a whole vibe.
You are safe here.
All right. So I picked number 3. I picked number 3. It's looking like number 2 is the winner. But let me see what number 3 has. This is all my number 3ers, my bottom lefters. This is us right here.
Box 3. The infested house.
See? Come on, bro.
This home
Every
is
time.
completely
Every
infested
time.
with different kinds of bugs. The smell is horrible. Some areas are filled with cockroaches,
Bro.
others with mice, termites, and even maggots. Sleeping here is possible, but it is very uncomfortable. There are bed bugs, and sometimes other insects that crawl into the bed. Food here is very hard to find. The kitchen is stocked with plenty of food, but most of it is covered in maggots and mold.
Bruh.
There is no place within this home that isn't infested. Box 4. House with the entity. You are in a
So box number 3 so far is the worst one, but I don't know. Box number 4 is already looking like it might give it a run for its money. I don't do addicts. But box number 3, we're definitely cooked. We're definitely cooked. Has there been one with 2 safe ones? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Some are just like safer than others. Like box number 1 again, I think you're just gonna go crazy in that underground bunker where it's just you and it makes you feel like over time that like something's watching you or chasing you or following you. You would lose your mind in there before 30 days is up. The second one, the Garden of Eden sort of place, literally like a vacation. It's just like a forest with nothing there of danger. There's food that pops up, running water that's clean and safe to drink. The third one, an infested house where it literally looks like there was like a string of murders executed in that one house, right? I That one is really bad too. But let's see what box number 4
A
has.
normal, comfortable house. There's food in the kitchen and multiple bedrooms to sleep in. However, something horrible is inside the attic. It constantly moves around at night, making lots of noise. It often leaves the attic and roams the home between 1 and 6 a.m.
Yeah, those of y'all who picked number 4, yeah. KP, yeah, you done. You done for. Chris M talking about some I don't mind people watching me, so I'll be fine there. Chris, Chris, come on. When you start starving by day 2, day 3, you know what I mean? And you can't find no good food to eat in that bunker, and you also feel like somebody's watching you and following you, that anxiety plus starving will cause you to hallucinate and start going crazy. Trust me. It's not as sweet as you think it is. But let's continue with box 4.
You don't want to be around when it leaves the attic. Keep the bedroom door locked and do not make any noise. If you see the attic door open, hide somewhere fast. Stay
Oh
as quiet as
no.
possible. You don't want it to become aware of your presence.
Yeah, that's the worst one. Box number 4 is the worst one. Because at least with box number 3, there's nothing in there actively trying to kill me. It's just infested with bugs, which, like, I can find my way around that. I can find my way around a bug infested house. But a house where there's something in the attic and every night between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. it hunts me. Yeah, no. No, absolutely not. So that one, we only had one winner. Stretch 52. Shout out to you, man. You won that one. Round of applause for Stretch. Shout out to you. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. All right, let's see what we got. What we got. I believe this one's going to be a pick a door. So you literally, it's 50-50. 50-50. You got to call your shot. Here we go.
Pick a door. The door you choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours.
All right. So whichever door we choose, this is where you got to stay for the next 2 days. Imagine this is where you got to spend your weekend. Today's Friday. Where do you want to spend your weekend? Blue door, red door, 1 or 2. Either one works for me. Blue door, red door, 1 or 2. Let me see. Zeke says 1. KP says 1. Asmodeus says red, so 2. Chris says red, so 2. Glock says red door, so 2. Stretch says blue, so 1. So we got 3 and 3 so far. Zeke says blue, so 4 for left, 3 for the one on the right. I don't know what I want to go. I mean, I might go with the red. Eli says blue. Okay. All right. These are our final answers. I'm gonna go red. I'm gonna go red. So we pretty much even here. I think we what 4 and 4 or 5 and 5, whatever. But I'm gonna go red. This is where we got to stay for the weekend. Next 48 hours. I'm glad the blue one's going first so we can see. Let's see.
Door 1, the decrepit catacombs. The tunnels are filled with
Let's
skulls
go.
and various body parts.
Yeah,
you
hell
always have
no.
a constant feeling of being watched. Every so often, the path will split into multiple choices. Make the correct choice, and you'll be rewarded with food,
Yeah, y'all
water,
cooked.
and other various items to
Y'all
aid you
boys
in
is
your
cooked.
survival. However, make the incorrect choice, and you'll be met with a pale, long-limbed creature.
Oh
with
yeah.
hollow eyes.
Yes,
Contact
sir.
with this creature isn't immediately deadly. However,
Yes, sir.
too many encounters will agitate him.
Y'all heard that, right? Look at that SpongeBob on the wall. Y'all heard that though, right? Y'all listening. Y'all blue door people, y'all listening, right? Let me spin it back just in case y'all didn't hear what they called it. The catacombs? Yeah. Y'all are cooked.
The tunnels are filled with skulls and various body parts. You always have a constant feeling of being watched. Every so often, the path will split into multiple choices. Make the correct choice, and you'll be rewarded with food, water, and other various items to aid you in your survival. However, make the incorrect choice, and you'll be met with a pale, long-limbed.
Yeah, y'all see that? A pale, long-limbed creature who they said he doesn't hurt you at first. Like just because he sees you one time, he's not gonna hurt you. However, if he sees you one too many times, again, you gotta stay here all weekend. You gotta stay here all weekend. So while you hunting for food and trying to figure out what you gonna do, if you can find some water, some snacks, whatever, you might run into this dude like 2, 3 times. And I'm thinking probably third time's the charm. where he's gonna get agitated. He's gonna come after you. Y'all are cooked.
Creature with hollow eyes. Contact with this creature isn't immediately deadly. However, too many encounters will agitate him, leading to him stealing your skin while you sleep and
Cooked.
taking your place on the surface once the
Cooked.
week is over. Door 2, the snack rooms. Any snack you can imagine is here.
Yes,
along
sir.
with any drink you'd like to enjoy. Hunger and dehydration obviously isn't a problem here. There's also a beanbag chair in the corner for you to sleep in. Across from this beanbag is a TV with free access to a Netflix account. There are no entities here. Enjoy your snacks. You are completely safe.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like full snack. I get a TV. I'm basically in a convenience store. I'm in a little convenience store with endless snacks. I get a little TV. It's probably a break room in the back. Hey man, who picked door number 2 with me? And for those of y'all talking about I'm bad luck, right? I'm bad luck. Zico Kage said, "Fa!" I need that sound on my soundboard, man. I got to get that. That shit is hilarious. Let me see. Chris M hating if Sutton chooses red. I changed my pick. See? Come on now. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Zeke, you lost. Stretch, you lost. Let me see. KP, you lost. Yeah. That's an L. That's an L for y'all. Meanwhile, Asmodeus, that's a W. Chris M, that's a W. Glaucoma, that's a W. Nice. See, y'all should trust me more often, man. Y'all should trust me more often. I broke my own curse, exactly. Y'all better put some respect on me. Put some respect on my name. I'm not bad luck. All right, that was fun. All right, let's move on. Third one. Here we go. It's gonna be another pick the door. So we got to call our shots early on this one. Let's see.
Pick a door before the timer runs out. The door you chose will determine your fate for the next.
All right, same thing. Where we stand for the weekend. Those of y'all who are winless right now, y'all got to step it up. Which one we going? Red or blue? 1 or 2. Red or blue? 1 or 2. Put it in the chat. Make sure y'all like the video while we're at it here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. KP says I'm not going 0-3. KP says 1. All right. Asmodeus says 1 as well. Glaucoma says 1. Stretch says 1. Okay. Chris says blue. Okay, so she's going 2. All right. So we got 4 for 1. And we got 1 for 2. Oh, now you change your mind. Okay, so it's 5-0. So 6-0. Zeke puts it in 2. Everybody's going red door on this one. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go blue. Me versus y'all on this one. That's cool. That's all right. Chris, you can't keep changing your pick now. You can't keep changing your pick. I think you got to stay on that side. I gave you one chance to change it. You can't come back. Nah, you on the red. You on the red. I'm on the blue. I'm on an island here, and that's okay. That's cool. We're going to see. Let's see. Y'all versus me. Here we go.
8 hours. Door 1, the friendly neighborhood. An abandoned set for a kid's puppet show. The ground and walls are all fake. There's a faint smell of sweat everywhere you go. Scattered around the place, you can find bottles of water and bags of chips.
This y'all food, by the way. A half-drink bottle of water and some chips.
These will hold you over. Throughout the neighborhood, you'll also find entities. Big puppets with big noses. They are all hostile despite how they look. Do not make contact. If one surprises you, try your best to ignore it.
Oh, yeah, y'all are cooked. Remember, you got to stay here 48 hours. You got to go looking for little chip bags and half-drink bottles of water to keep yourself alive.
And walk away. Door 2.
Yeah, y'all might be cooked, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We got to see what door 2 offers. I don't know yet. But y'all might be cooked. I'm not going to lie. Y'all might be cooked. Let's see. What's door 2 got?
The floating houses. You're on a rowboat in an endless, foggy ocean. The infinite water is only occasionally broken up by suburban houses peeking out of the water. These drifting houses carry food and rarely a flare gun. Don't stay in one spot for too long. There's an entity lurking underneath. If it approaches, fire the flare gun into the water to scare it away. Good luck.
That's not too bad though, right? I mean, like, let's rewatch mine again. Let's rewatch mine. Let's rewatch mine because I think mine is better than y'all's.
2. The floating houses. You're on a rowboat in an endless fog.
All right, so I'm on a rowboat in a foggy ocean. Glaucoma. I don't think two is worse, bro. I don't think two is worse unless you cannot swim. If you cannot swim, then yeah, two might be worse.
Ocean. The infinite water is only occasionally broken up by suburban houses peeking out of the water. These drifting houses carry food.
See, all I got to do, drift my rowboat, and again, it's only for 48 hours. I'm done after 48 hours. All I got to do, drift my rowboat, go right inside the little house. I got some food inside the house, and I have a flare gun just in case the sea monster want to act up. I'm not necessarily fighting the Loch Ness monster. I'm just keeping them at bay. You feel me? I'm keeping them at bay. But what y'all got to deal with? Let's look at y'all's one more time. Let's see.
1. The friendly neighborhood. An abandoned set for a kid's puppet show. The ground and walls are all fake. There's the faint smell of sweat everywhere you go. Scattered around the place, you can find bottles of water and bags of chips. These will hold you over. Throughout the neighborhood, you'll also find entities, big puppets with big noses. They are all hostile despite how they look. Do not make contact.
See, it doesn't say you can't look at them. It just says you can't make contact with them. But I don't see how you're going to be able to avoid them the entire time, the entire 48 hours you're in there, especially if you have to go around looking for food. See, with me, and Chris M says, I just know that's not a beer. It's Friday, Chris. I'm sipping. I'm sipping. It's the weekend. I'm sipping. Shout out to the sippers, by the way. Shout out to my guy, Coach. But
If one surprises you, try your best to ignore it and walk away.
yeah, this is a tough one, guys. This is a tough one.
Door 2. The floating houses. You're on a rowboat in an endless, foggy ocean. The infinite water is only occasionally broken up by suburban houses peeking out of the water. These drifting houses carry food.
But see, that's the thing. If they carry food, and I saw Asmodeus say, you got to be. Asmodeus said, it's only an occasional house. So what if I run out of food in the one house and I got to row my boat to the next house, right? But if it's only 2 days, I think I can survive with just getting to one house. I do. They only show what it looks like, some cheese and crackers in here. Maybe there will be more. I'm not sure. Problem's gonna be running out of stamina. You might be right. You might be right. I don't know. That one might be a no contest. I feel like those are equal. I feel like those two are equal. That's just me. It says I'd rather fight some dolls and try to escape a damn super squid. I feel it. I think we should go with a no contest on that one. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Nobody wins, right? Nobody wins. Nobody wins. Y'all going for that? Rowing is gonna burn a lot of energy and you can't stay still or he's gonna get you. Eh. I don't want to take the L just because I'm on an island here. Said no, you lost. Okay. All right. Majority rules. Majority rules. That's fair. I'll take the L. I'll take the L. Next one. Next one. All right.
Pick a door. The
What
door
is
you
that?
choose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours.
All right. Where we going, y'all? Red or blue? Red or blue? What is that in the corner? That's freaking me out. Zeke said, I need this win. Y'all got the dub. Y'all got the dub. I'm gonna go with the second door on this one. Before I even see what y'all are saying. I'm gonna go with the blue door. Asmodeus says red. Glaucoma's going with red again. Stretch is going blue with me. KP is going blue with me. Zeke is going blue with me. All right. Any last minutes in red with the skeleton. Okay, all right. Taking a little risk. Had to wait on Sutton to pick. That's messed up. That's messed up. Says he thinks it's psychological. Okay. All right. Yep, Sutton picking two. Figure it. Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't right. All right, let's see. Let's see. I got blue though.
Hours. Door 1. The Space Market. A convenience store set in space with an endless supply of chips, drinks, and various freeze-dried foods.
Bruh.
Sleeping is not an issue in this place. There are resting pods mounted in the wall with windows, along with bathrooms for you to use. There is no threat here. However, you can pick one other person to join you during your time here. You're free to safely enjoy
What?
your 48 hours. Well,
What? I really think I have the worst luck, y'all. I got the worst luck, y'all. Red is vibing on this one, dog. A convenient, bro. And you get a view of the damn solar system. And you get to bring a friend, endless snacks, comfortable beds. I don't know how blue could top this. I don't think that they will. But red is looking good so far for y'all. Let's keep watching.
enjoying the galactic view the store provides. Door 2. The Play Barn. An
All right.
abandoned kids' play place
See, I don't
designed
like
to
this
look
already.
like a barn. Sleep isn't too difficult. You can sleep on the fake grass, and it's always warm, though there is no food or water here. In the corner of the play
Bruh,
place,
we already
there is
lost.
a plastic, life-size cow. The cow is motionless
Oh, we
while the
lost.
lights are on. However, every 12 hours,
What?
the lights turn off, and
Oh,
he begins to
no.
play hide and seek with you. Do not let him catch.
Yeah, we're cooked, y'all. Yeah, as blue door folk, we are cooked. We are cooked. They said no food or water, right? And you're in this confined space with this animatronic cow who at night plays hide and seek with you, and you better not let him find you. I mean, we're not even surviving a night. What are we talking about? It's another L for me. Another L for me. Who won that one though? Who won that too? Let me see. Glaucoma got the W. Chris got the W by picking against me. Fading me seems to be profitable. Asmodeus got the W. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough, y'all. I told y'all I broke Sutton's curse at least that one time. Yeah, man. I ain't playing no damn hide and seek with that cow. No, yeah, that's deadly right there. Did you see how that bro? You see how he was moving around? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
The lights are on. However, every 12 hours, the lights turn off, and he begins to play hide and seek with you. Do not let him.
Bro, that is creepy as hell. I've always thought animatronics were creepy. You know, the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, even like the old Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and stuff like that. That shit is not for kids, bro. It's not. It's not. But I'll take the L. I'll take the L. We're gonna do one more though. We're gonna do one more. I got one more for you guys. I am 1-3 today. I am 1-3. Hopefully I can at least get to 2 wins. Let's see. Let's see. Stretch says he's 2-2. All right, let's see. Let's see if you can go over or under 500. Let's see.
Pick a door.
Last one, guys. All right, where are we going? Where are we going?
The door you chose will determine your fate for the next 48 hours.
All right, where are we going, y'all? Where are we going? Let me know. Let me know. And I ain't picking until all y'all pick, by the way. I ain't picking until y'all pick. So y'all can't fade me again. We're not doing that. All right, let me see. Let me see what y'all said. Let me see what y'all said. So we got 1 for blue, 2 for blue. All right, all right, all right. And then we got 1, 2, 3 for red. 3 for red, 2 for blue. All right, so it's 3 and 3. 3 for red, 3 for blue. Which one do I want to pick? Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad when I pick, but it's whatever. It's cool. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the red door. Give me the red door. Give me the red door. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take the red door. So I'm rocking with Asmodeus. I'm rocking with KP. I'm rocking with Glaucoma on this one. I'm rocking with y'all. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all think I'm bad luck, but Asmodeus thinks he's breaking my streak. So let's see. Let's see. Here we go.
Door 1. The Bloodstained Garden.
Oh, see.
A perpetually foggy forest that contains a variety of different types of trees, each with leaves that are a blood-red hue. The
Bro, this already not looking good.
trees in this place seem to be partially carnivorous, feeding off of any travelers who get lost and die here, with bodies being absorbed into the ground mere hours after death. Some of the trees will bear fruit, similar to that of a standard apple tree. However, upon puncturing one of these apples, it will begin to leak a deep red-colored liquid. This is edible.
All right, so we got food. It doesn't look very appealing. Doesn't look very appealing. We might be. It don't seem too bad yet. The trees are carnivorous. Damn, that's actually really bad. Cause like if I sleep, if I lay down, it's like the ground gonna like suck me in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
In addition to the trees, there are two other entities in this place. Oversized bugs
Oh,
with a
we're cooked.
resemblance to a 2-meter-long centipede,
cooked.
and the mouths.
Yep.
Flesh-colored crevices in the ground that move around and try to sneak under you while you sleep. Try your best to stay away from these entities.
It's over with. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought that the red door was gonna be a good option this time. I really did. Last time I picked blue, when I should have picked red. And basically, don't ever go to the casino with me. Like, do not ever go to the casino with me. I'm not your good luck charm. It's not looking good. I don't think that blue is gonna be any worse than that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Ashley, what's up? Happy Friday. All right, let's see what blue has though. Let's see what blue has.
Door 2. The House in the Sky. You're in a comfy modern house, endless
Right.
miles above the ground.
course.
When you
course.
look out the window, all you will see is clouds during the daytime and stars during the night. The fridge is always stocked with nostalgic
Bruh. Pizza rolls and endless water.
food and fresh water for you to drink. There are no entities here, and you are allowed to bring
Of
one
course.
other person along with you for the 48
And you get to
hours.
bring a friend.
The view outside is beautiful, and you feel a constant yearning to walk out the front door. Do not leave. You will suffer a fate worse than death. Other than falling from the house, you are safe here.
Y'all got the W. Y'all got the W. Ashley says pizza rolls ill. I get that, but this is survival we're talking about. You know what I mean? You had to, Ashley, since you just got in here, we were playing a game where you had to pick either the red door or the blue door. And whichever door you picked, that's where you had to survive for the next 48 hours. So basically the weekend. And this one, it was between a blood-stained garden with, people eating mouths that are coming out of the ground, human-sized centipedes, and carnivorous trees. Or you get this house where you have plenty of food and water, but it's floating in the sky. So if you walk outside of the house, you're going to die. You're going to fall to your death. Right? But, I mean, fair is fair. Y'all won. Y'all won. Let me see. Let me see who won that one. I got to keep track of y'all scores, man. I got to start keeping track of y'all scores. Another L. Another L. Another L for me. Let me see. Red, red, blue, blue. Chris won. Stretch won. And let me see who else. Let me see who else. I think it was just Chris and Stretch. I thought it was one more. Thought it was one more. Oh, Zeke. Zeke won. Congrats to y'all. Congrats to y'all. Well, I'll be back next week. I'll be back much stronger next week. But let's move on, guys. Enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get into some more serious stuff, right? Well, maybe not even so much serious because I don't really have a whole lot of serious stuff today. It's really just a lot of mess. We're getting right to the mess today. Not gonna lie to y'all. But I do want to start with this though. A little less messy, kind of messy, but I don't know. This is a story about Ja Morant. NBA player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He got into an altercation with one of his teammates the other day as they were warming up to face the Orlando Magic overseas in Berlin. And it kind of like, if you don't know Ja Morant, he's kind of like this guy who acts hard and totes guns and flaunts guns in the camera and stuff like that to try to seem like he's somebody who he's really not, because he really does come from a nice family, good upbringing, all that. I don't know why he's choosing to act the way he does, but I don't know, I guess because he plays in Memphis. But this video breaks down the altercation between him and one of his teammates.
Recently, Ja Morant got into a heated argument with Vince Williams. Not too many people know what was said, so let's break it down. For context, the Grizzlies are currently in Berlin to face off against the Magic. Although Ja Morant has been in several trade rumors, he still made the trip and had high hopes to play. He participated in practice and was available for team shoot-around. That's when Vince Williams called him out and Ja went right back at him. As you see, a coach tried to cool things off, but Williams pushed him away. Ja kept going and things got intense.
Ничего себе. Контент.
So the thing that I don't understand about this is that Ja Morant is clearly the aggressor in this situation, right? And Vince Williams, his teammate here, is really trying to be more calm about it. He's really like, "Hey, bro, we don't need to do this right here." But Ja is like trying to take it to 10. I don't know why though.
Morant kept talking back to Williams while the same coach tried to understand what was going on. Just a few hours later, Ja was ruled out to play, although he was fully healthy. He's expected to be traded at any time, with Miami as the top destination. Recently, Ja Morant got into a heated argument with Vince Williams.
Yeah, I don't understand. I just don't understand for the life of me why Ja Morant hasn't been traded yet. To be honest with you, I know the NBA trade deadline is coming up very, very soon. If the Memphis Grizzlies do not get this guy the hell out of town, then I don't know what to tell him, because Ja Morant, honestly, he's not even good enough to deal with the antics that he puts on the court. Don't get me wrong, Ja Morant is nice. He's good. He is good, but he's not good enough for to be ascending the Memphis Grizzlies into playoff contention or anything like that. Like the diva doesn't match the production, is what I'm saying. It doesn't. Like Uncle Joe said last night, if you weren't going to play him, why even bring him on the trip with you? Well, I guess Ja wasn't playing. Ja's just frustrated right now. I guess he's just really frustrated. He called out the coaching staff earlier this year. Maybe they just cannot find any potential suitors for them. But here's what I really wanted to bring up. Ja Morant was acting like he wanted to fight in this video, right? You can see Ja Morant is saying, like, I'm right here. And Vince Williams is telling him, like, hey, look, bro, if you want to go to the back, we can go to the back. We can squabble. That ain't no problem. But Ja Morant, for some strange reason, even though he was the aggressor, he was the one who seemingly wanted to throw some hands. He's like, no, let's do it right here, right in front of everybody, right in front of all the cameras and security and the coaches and teammates and stuff like that. So if I start getting my ass handed to me, they can break it up. Just in case, right? Or they'll probably break it up before it even gets too serious. Meanwhile, Vince Williams is saying, hey, look, we can go to the back. We can go to the back. It's no problem. And Ja Morant continuously is just like, nah, bro, I'm right here. I'm right here. He's saying, let's go to the back. Ja Morant's like, what? For what? Why? I'm right here. You've been here for 5 minutes right here. It's like, bro, that don't matter, bro. That don't matter, bro. If you really wanted to squabble with him, if you see, here's the number one rule when like assessing whether or not somebody actually wants to fight. See if they want to do it in a private space, in a space where fighting is like actually you know, how do you say, like, is feasible. Fighting is not feasible in front of everybody else where it's going to get broken up just like that. So me and you are not going to get to settle our differences. It's not feasible in front of these cameras where the media is going to spin a crazy narrative, which they're already doing, by the way. Let's go out back or let's go outside. If the other guy is not trying to go outside or not trying to go in a private area to fight, guess what? He doesn't want to fight. He don't want to fight. He's scary. And that's what John Morant was given right here. Glaucoma says a real crash out would have just started swinging, to be honest. That's also true. That's also true. But Vince Williams tried to, like a man, say, hey, look, we can go handle business in private. And John Morant basically said, no, I prefer the show. Because if Ja was really if he was really feeling like that, he would have popped off on him right then and there. He would have popped it off right then and there, like Glaucoma said. I agree. Let me see what else y'all are saying. I just know people he keeps around him are trash, but at some point he has to take stock in his actions, though sometimes they do add more drama to the retelling of his stories. That's true. I do feel like some of the people that John Morant has hung around, and this is just based off of like his Instagram lives and things like that we've seen in like the background of his stories and all that good stuff, don't really seem like the best influences. Now, I don't know if these guys are from like Memphis hoods or whatever, but from what I know, John Morant ain't from no hood. Right? So it's just like why act like this? They need to get John Morant to like, I don't know, Utah or Miami or put him out in LA. Get him somewhere nice. Get him somewhere nice or calm. Memphis, probably not the place for him. Probably not the place for him. Yeah. He's the NBA's Jerry Jeudy. NBA's Jerry Jeudy? I wouldn't go that far. I don't know what John Morant's NFL comp would be. I guess if we were talking like quarterbacks, right? Who would John Morant's comp be? NFL quarterbacks. I would say honestly, this might seem like a hot take. This might seem like a stretch. I would say Kyler Murray. Is that wild to say, y'all? Kyler Murray. And the reason why I say that is because, like, he had a moment where it seemed like, okay, this guy is the next one up, right? He's not the biggest guy, but he's super athletic, and it seemed like he was getting better, but he kind of fell off. I feel like that's Kyler Murray. Is that a stretch? I don't think so. I was thinking Tua as well. I was thinking Tua low key, but I don't think we ever thought that Tua was more talented than Kyler Murray. Tua had some good years here and there. He had some good moments here and there, but I don't think he was ever considered to be quite as talented. Aqib Talib or Michael Crabtree. Receivers and DBs. I mean, you could see like the diva wide receiver. I could see the diva wide receiver thing. Maybe like I don't know. I can't really say like the top of the top. George Pickens. I think somebody said that. Torres says Kyler Murray with a dash of George Pickens. I think that's perfect. I think Torres hits the nail on the head with that one. John Morant's NFL comp is Kyler Murray with a dash of George Pickens. I agree with that. For sure. But enough about John Morant. Let's go ahead and move on here. What do we have next? Let's see. Let me see. Get Ja off the screen. Did y'all see this whole thing with Cam Newton and Lady London in the recent interview that he had with her on his podcast, where he's just saying a bunch of bullshit, basically, and really making black men look bad? I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I felt secondhand embarrassment when he was saying the things that he was saying in this interview. She was asking him, like, what word would you use? What adjective would you use to describe your fashion style or something like that? Let's take a listen.
How would you describe your style in one word? That's an adjective.
Can I use a word that I've already used?
Sure, of course.
Eclectic.
Say it again.
Eclectic.
It's eclectic.
Well, the heavy on the in.
See, here's my problem. Number one. Is one thing to say some dumbass shit like that. To say that the word eclectic, which I'm sure you guys all know the term, it basically means like odd, or like it means like, very diverse, things like that. Like I would say that I have a very eclectic taste in music, which means I like a bunch of different genres. Cam here is being asked to describe his style, like his fashion sense or whatever. And he's saying eclectic. Eclectic. And Lady London then corrects him and says, "You mean eclectic?" No. You mean eclectic, right? And he doubles down on it. This is what pissed me off so bad. He doubles down and he's like, "Well, no, heavy on the N." It's like, no. There is no N, Bubba. It's eclectic. Let's listen.
Because
There's no N in it.
No. It's my word.
Oh.
It's his word.
Oh, let's unpack this. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And now look at her. She's sitting up in her seat. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know I got him now. I know I got him now."
Sure word.
Eclectic.
Spell it for me.
Nclecta.
Okay.
Bruh. I know this man did not spell his word, not ours, eclectic. And he finished spelling eclectic with an A. Insane.
Okay.
Eclectic.
Eclectic.
Do you want to know what the N stand for?
Niggatry.
Pretty much.
Am I right? Okay. Respectfully.
You see where I was going?
Love that.
Yeah.
For you. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
She gonna
I
sip
know
on
you
her
know
wine.
word. We got to hit up Webster,
No, we ain't got to hit up nobody.
Oxford. Nobody.
Why would we do that? Do they?
I feel like Cam was so embarrassed. He was so embarrassed here. And like, I feel like Cam Newton does this thing where, he expects his charm and charisma and physical attributes and his fame and his style, and his status to really like, get him in good graces with people, especially women, right? But here he just bites off way more than he can chew intellectually with the word eclectic, which he is pronouncing eclectic and spelling with it ending in an A. I don't understand it at all. It's like, bro, go read a book. You know what I'm saying? Like this is actually embarrassing. And this is the same guy who was offended that the Indianapolis Colts didn't call him to be the starting quarterback. It's like, football and education, two different worlds, right? But when you see stuff like this, it's like, bro, I don't know how he made it, 8 years in the league? Remembering all those play calls. I mean, if you don't know the word eclectic, or at least know enough to spell your own word eclectic, ending in an IC and not an A, there is a problem up here between the ears. There's an issue. Take off the top hat, right? Go read a book. Take off them shades. I'm just saying. So Sutton, can we move on too close to home? It's not too close to home. Taurus, I'm sure you wouldn't spell a word that ends in IC. You wouldn't end it in an A. That makes zero sense. Like he had to be trolling here. Insane. But we can move on though. Let's move on. I don't want to trash Cam too much, right? How do y'all feel about tipping culture in today's society? How do y'all feel about going to restaurants, leaving tips, going to, different stores, and stuff like that when they ask you for tips, but specifically restaurants? How do you feel about tipping culture? This was a video. Here where this young lady went out to eat, I guess, by herself. And the restaurant was like kind of pressuring her to tip. Sounds a little funny, but let's take a look.
He said that if I don't give a tip, I'm not welcome here anymore.
We only make like $2 an hour. We work depends on tips.
But you can't force anybody to give a tip.
Well, then I cannot. I'm not going to service you. Because why am I here to bring you food?
That should be your manager. I mean,
No,
you
all
work.
restaurants, we work for tips.
I mean, but that's your manager.
By the way, anybody who used to work in food service, right? If you worked in food service, if you were ever a server before, I really want your opinion on this.
Okay, just come
No, don't come back here anymore. Do not come back here, okay?
I'm glad that you said that. This is Grand Bistro.
Yeah, you're so pretty and you fucking eat and you don't tip. That's horrible.
I mean, you can't force me to tip. You are choosing to work for $2 an hour. I'm not forcing you to serve. I'm not forcing you to serve me. I'm not forcing you to serve me. You're choosing to work here for $2 an hour. That has nothing to do with me. That doesn't have anything to do with me.
Okay, please go somewhere else.
And great. And you are being put on TikTok so that you can know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it. Thank you. Why in the fuck? I'm signing the check. The fucking manager comes up to me and he's like, are you gonna tip?
And see, that's nasty. That's nasty. Taurus, let me know why you hate the whole tipping thing. Let me know why. Asmodia says, ladies and fellas, don't act like her. Servers or chefs will fuck with your food if you try to pull that bullshit. But here, okay, so I want to know, who do y'all think is in the wrong? Obviously, Asmodia thinks that she was in the wrong. Let me know if you think that the restaurant was in the wrong, because I think the restaurant was in the wrong. You know, you do not, as a restaurant manager, come up to my table as I'm signing the check and put extra pressure on me to leave a tip. Now, me personally, I'm the type of person who likes to tip 20%. You know, that's just as a standard baseline. If the service is any better than average, I'll probably end up tipping more. But I'm just like this girl, where I'm not tipping anything and I'm not coming back ever. If you come to my table as I'm trying to leave a tip and you ask me, like, hey, you plan on leaving a tip or no? It's like, do you ask everybody this? And if so, how are you still in business? I would feel offended. I would feel super freaking offended. No way they're getting any extra money out of me. Of course, I'll pay the bill for my meal, but after that, I'm out and I'm never coming back. And I'd probably put them on TikTok as well. I wouldn't record it in the moment because that's just not me. But I'd leave a Yelp review, a Google review. I might go on TikTok after and get in my car and talk about it just like her. I would. Let's see what else she has to say, though.
Excuse me? First of all, rude as hell. Second of all, he was like, well, was the service and the food good? I was like, yeah, it was fine. Like, and he's like, well, if the service and the food is well and you don't tip, then you can't ever come back here. Excuse the fuck out of me. Now I'm not giving you shit, because who the fuck are you to come up to me and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing? The fuck? I don't have to do shit. And they were like, well, you can get out. You're forcing me to feed you. You're forcing me to.
Nobody forced you to do shit. That's the thing. I understand that restaurant workers, especially servers, are not paid normal hourly wages, right? Because the restaurant industry heavily relies on tipping culture, which, by the way, is a custom that really mainly exists in America. Other countries, you go overseas and stuff like that, they kind of find it offensive, servers, when you try to tip them, because they're actually being paid well. I think that that's the way to go. But yeah, it's just, this whole thing is nasty. The restaurant is totally in the wrong. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Let me pull up some comments before we keep going. Let me see. I have no problem tipping, but if you're demanding it, that's wild. Yeah, exactly. Like, I've never had a problem tipping, and I've never had this happen to me before. I would feel like I'm being profiled in some way, shape, or form. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because that's absolutely sick. Stretch says both are in the wrong. How are they both in the wrong? She didn't do anything wrong. This young lady went, sat down, had her meal or whatever, had her drinks, and she was signing the check and she was probably about to put a tip. And then the manager comes over just to make sure, like, hey, you're going to tip on that, right? It's like, motherfucker, what? And if I wasn't, what was you going to whoop my ass? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I don't think both are in the wrong. It's all on the restaurant. Torres says, as a person that gets service calls from time to time for plumbing, I don't assume people will tip me every time they call or after every job. The waiter doesn't do anything special, in my opinion, unless great service. So for manual labor services like plumbing, I don't think that it's super normalized for people to leave tips because it's a little different with plumbing, for example, like, because of this, right? When you fix somebody's toilet or you fix whatever problem somebody has with their plumbing, they have no measure to know, the customer that is. The customer has no measure to know how good of a job you did. All they're going to know and all they're going to care about is whether or not it works or not. That's like your baseline duty. It's the same thing with, like, electrical or carpentry or HVAC, anything. All the customer cares about, is it working or is it not? You know, in the food industry, like if you're being served at a table and somebody's waiting on you hand over foot and literally like getting you everything that you need, right? And really waiting on you, serving you. I think that that's worthy of a tip. And also the service and how good it is subjective to the customer. And that's their barometer of, okay, how much should I leave a tip for? Like I said, with like manual labor, it's just like, okay, did they get the job done or did they not? How much does it cost? Okay, cool. Here you go. I think that's the difference there. Can you tip your service providers? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I just don't see it being as common in those fields. Let me know how often you get tipped, Taurus. I would love to know that. I would love to know that. Chris says, so she's not wrong for saying what she's saying, but that's the way the US operates. You do not have to tip in other countries. Their pay is provided by the company employing them. Yep. Yep. It's the way the US operates. But that's the thing, Chris. She never said that she didn't plan on tipping. Like I could see ever so more slightly if she was, if she signed the check already, put $0 for the tip and only paid for her meal, and then turned in that check, and then the manager came back and said, "Hey, did you forget to leave a tip or something like that?" Even still, that would be very tasteless, but I would understand it a little bit more. But this, before you even gave me a chance, you already had some idea about me that I didn't have money or I wasn't going to spend my money to tip your server. And that's where it gets offensive. As Modia says, the fact of the matter is we should have the European model instead of tipping. That would fix this whole dynamic. And yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that too. But I think that the problem with that is this. If the restaurant industry tomorrow decided that they were going to pay all of their servers a standard minimum wage of whatever minimum wage is, right? Let's just say it's I don't know what it is these days. Let's just say it's $14 an hour, right? Or let's say 15. Let's say 15. Let's say it's $15 an hour. What that would do to the cost of the food would be diabolical. Because all the restaurant is going to do is going to say, okay, cool. You want us to pay our restaurant servers $15 an hour instead of the $3 or $4 that they're making right now. Cool. We're just going to raise the price of the food by 30%. It won't end up breaking even there. It'll compensate for it. And you're still going to be expected to tip. So it's easier said than done. It feels like we've kind of dug ourselves into this hole of tipping culture right now, Asmodeus. I don't really see how we get out of it. I don't see how we get out of it. Let me see. The real problem is, says Kogan, the fact that the government refuses to raise the minimum wage that allows companies to pay their workers so low to the point where tip culture is even a thing in the first place. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we've already dug ourselves too deep. Too deep. Chris M says, my bill for nails and feet is always upwards of $100. I still tip because I want to, but it's not required. Same as for a restaurant. Everyone has tip on payments now, and that's really the agitation. And yeah, like kind of comparing the service work of getting your nails done to the service work of getting, you know, your pipes clean or your toilet fixed or whatever. Again, the service and the quality of the service is subjective, right? Because you're not leaving the nail salon and going, okay, do my nails work or not? No, your nails still work. It's just like, how much do I like this product? How much did I like the service? You know, whereas again, you fix something in somebody's house, all they're really measuring is, okay, does it work or not? I have no subjectivity of how good a job they did. I just know objectively whether or not it works, whether or not my problem was solved. Let me see. I disagree. Sutton being on time, informal, finishing quickly, and cleaning up. Sometimes people don't tip after all. That I don't cry about it because that's what I do. And when it comes, it's a plus. Yeah. I mean, definitely a plus. I mean, especially when you're not expecting it. I love that. And yeah, I mean, if you're super professional, again, man, like I'm not gonna say like it doesn't matter because it does, right? For the sake of your business. But again, it's an objective service, not a subjective service. Subjective service, I can have my opinion on how good somebody served me, my food. I can have an opinion on how well somebody cut my hair, or like Chris said, did her nails. Objectively, again, once you finish the job, a lot of people think, okay, job's done. I'm gonna pay you for your time and your labor, and that's it. Now, should it be that way? Maybe not. Maybe we should normalize paying all service workers tips. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Minimum wage is $12.50 now, moving up to 15 by 2027. As Modi says, when I was working retail, I got $7.50. Damn, $7.50 is crazy. When I was working retail, where did I start at? I think I started at like maybe like 11, something like that. 11.25, something like that. Let's see. Maybe great experience to qualify the tip for sure. That's because what Sun said. Restaurant costs will increase if they had a minimum wage. Same thing happens to every other industry. Yep. Prices will just inflate. That's all. That's all. But I don't think this girl had anything much else to say. There was like a minute left in this video. She was going to keep rambling and basically repeating the same things that we're saying. So I think we'll move from that. We'll move from that. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. What else we got? What else we got? Got a couple more things to go. Make sure you guys like this video if you are enjoying the content. I would appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, whichever channel you are watching on currently. We appreciate that as well. All right. So you guys know I love my gym culture videos, my gym reaction videos, right? In this video, there was a guy recording himself in the gym, and somebody had a big problem with that.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here. I'm videotaping myself.
Real quick. Let's start. Y'all see the dude casually walk into the background of the video. This dude in here, he's got a bonnet on. I don't know why he's got a bonnet on. To be honest with you, that's kind of throwing me off. But he's like flexing in the camera. Obviously, he's in the locker room. He's trying to, show off his gains. Maybe he just got done with his workout. A lot of people do this. I've done it before myself. And I know there are rules behind, not being able to record in gym locker rooms. Some people really, really hate that. Some people don't care. I'm one of the ones who don't care, but let's keep watching. And by the way, when you see this guy pop into the background of the video, what he says is so funny to me. He says, "You're not supposed to be recording in here." He literally says it like a superhero. It's hilarious. Let's listen.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here.
I'm videotaping myself.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here.
Why are you talking to me?
He doubles down. The fact that he's doubling down on it, bro. He sounds like He-Man, like the black He-Man.
Why are you talking to me like that? Do you know me? You got an issue with me or something?
I'm going to tell the manager
Go
right
tell
now.
whoever you want. Go tell whoever you want. All you had to say was, yo, can you stop videotaping? You're not supposed to record here. I would be like, okay.
You said it.
No, you said it with her. You said it with attitude. You said it with attitude. And I'm saying that how I said it. And I just said it. Fuck is you talking? And I just said it. Fuck is you talking to? Fuck out of here. We gonna go outside? Wanna go outside?
What up, Mike?
Just stop talking to me like that. Show some respect. Fuck wrong with you? All you had to say was, you don't gotta record it. You can't record it. I would have simply said, all right, you're right, sir. I apologize. I would have stopped my video. You say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. All that flexing shit don't mean nothing to me. Fuck wrong with you? The fuck?
Who y'all think was in the right or wrong here? Because like it's weird to me because I think the guy in the back is in the wrong. Number one, like I said before, I'm not the type of person who really cares when somebody's recording in the gym, whether it be on the floor in the gym or in the locker room, as long as like I personally don't do it unless like I know that for a fact there's nobody around. And I don't even really record. I might take like a gym mirror pic or something like that just to track progress, you know. But yeah, for the most part, I'm like, let the dude record. Let the dude record. Like, what's wrong with that? You know, how is it negatively impacting your day? Like, are you part of some sort of secret society where if you ever show up online in the background of somebody's video that you're gonna get crucified or what? Like, people who do that are weird. Now, the guy said you're not supposed to record in here. Like the very first, you're not supposed to be recording in here. Did sound a little bit like of an aggressive tone. Like, hey, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, then you know I'm a make you basically. But the guy's initial reaction, he says, "I'm recording myself," you know, and then he goes on to say, "Oh no, you're not supposed to be. You can't tell me what to do. Fuck out of here. All this and that." I'm gonna play it one more time.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here.
I'm videotaping myself.
You're not supposed to be videotaping in here.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, don't talk to me like that, bro. It's one thing to like politely ask me, like, "Hey, bro, like it's against policy to videotape in here. Like, you know, might make people feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. You know, then that's cool. That's cool. Then I'll be like, all right, yeah, you know what, my bad, man. I'll put it away. Whatever. Cool. And I'll go about my day. But to like act like you're the freaking gym police, like you're here, you pay your membership just like everybody else. Who gives a shit if a dude's recording in the locker room? Who cares? Right? It's about how you say things, not exactly what you say.
Like that. Why are you talking to me like that? Do you know me? You got an issue with me or something?
I'm gonna tell the man.
He got to
Go
be from
tell
New
whoever
York.
you want. Go tell whoever you want. All you had to say was, "Yo, can you stop videotaping? You're not supposed to record here." I would be like, "Okay." No, you said it with a, you said it with attitude. You said it with attitude, and I'm saying it how I said it. And I just said it. Fuck is you talking about? And I just said it. Fuck is you talking about?
Guy in the back obviously was not looking for that smoke, Asmodeus. Because if he was, he would have been stepped to dude. He would have been stepped to dude. And again, this is why I said, what's the number one rule? Number one rule of a dude, you know, or of a fight, right? If you ask the person, "Hey, look, do you want to go outside? You want to step around back, whatever," and they decline or they don't say anything, that means they don't want to fight. They don't want the smoke.
Fuck out of here. We gonna go outside? Wanna go outside? Just stop talking.
See, look, he was silent. Silent as a church mouse. Silent.
Like that. Show some respect. Fuck wrong with you? All you had to say was, you don't gotta record it. You can't record it. I would have simply said, all right, you're right, sir. I apologize. I would have stopped my video. You say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. All that flexing shit don't mean nothing to me. Fuck wrong with you?
Yeah, Buddy was tripping. Buddy in the back was tripping. Stretch says the guy in the back was just being a Karen about it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. As Modia says, let me rephrase, he was looking for it until he realized the guy had a backbone. Facts, because like, why are you coming in here like with your chest poked out, sounding like the Black Superman, talking about you can't record in here. It's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. Absolutely not. So guy in the back was definitely wrong. But for those of you guys who go to the gym or thinking about going to the gym, you know, this is a normal thing. People record, right? People are vain, especially in the gym. You want to see your body, you want to, you know, track your progress, all that stuff. Men do it, women do it just as much. Women go through the same thing in locker rooms. And I think older women are actually even worse about it. The only time I wouldn't say to whip out a camera in the locker room in the gym is when people are getting like butt naked. Because I'll tell you one thing, older people in the gym, especially older guys, I can't speak for older women like that, but older guys in the gym, they will walk around butterball ass naked. And that's not something you want on camera. Just not for your own sake. Like forget their privacy. Just not for your own sake. You don't want to be going through that video later on your phone, on your camera roll, and seeing dick, right? Old dick, shriveled up dick. Not that you would want to see any dick, but you guys get my point, right? Old people be in there just free balling, literally, literally. But yeah, that was that. Let people record in the gym. Just mind your business more than anything. In 2026, people just got to start minding their fucking business more, dog. Like I hate that shit. I hate it. All right. I think I got one more for you guys here. That dude was so in the wrong. I got one more for you guys. Chris says, stop shading old meat. uh, I'm not shading it, but it's they don't be ashamed about it, is what I'll say. They do not be ashamed about it, not one bit. Salute to them. Salute. All right, last video. This video is about a woman who was ignoring a guy in her DMs until she wasn't. Let's listen.
I pay too much money for my upkeep to be having free conversations. I had somebody reach out to me. They have been reaching out to me in my DMs, and I was kind of ignoring it, just leaving them on red because I'm not interested. And today they consistently message me, and so I said, okay, I'll answer. This morning I had a shampoo appointment. And so I answered, and they were like, am I disturbing you? And I said, I don't converse with men that I don't know. And they said, well, let's change that. And I said, well, I'm actually on the way to go get my hair done. You gonna contribute to that? They sent a long paragraph asking me to explain why they should do that. And they said now they understand the kind of woman that I am, on and on and on. And I said, no problem, no worries, have a good day. I feel like this. I keep my nails done, keep my toes done. So nails, toes, every month. I get my hair done every month. This is a luxury style.
Nah, Herb, tell me what you're thinking in the chat. Don't refrain. Tell me what you're thinking.
I keep my hair up, right? So getting my hair done every month. Nails, toes, hair. I own my home. I got an acre of land. I have to get my grass cut. I get my yard work done by myself. All of that is covered by myself. I have a nice body. I get that done in the gym. I have a gym membership. I clothe my nice body with nice clothes. And so I have to go shopping. And I wear makeup, which I enjoy. And in the comments, I don't care what you got to say about makeup. But I also spend money on that. And so to keep this up, I also eat on a meal plan that I have created. And so for that meal plan, I have to go grocery shopping to eat off of the meal plan that I have created. And so all of this takes money. All of this takes money to upkeep this. And so why am I having free conversations? And it is okay. It is okay if you don't feel the way that I feel and you are having free conversations. But I think about this, especially if you're messaging me when I'm on the way to an appointment where I'm about to spend hundreds of dollars to get my hair washed, and I'm continuing.
Wait a minute. Who spends hundreds of dollars to get their hair washed? Am I missing something?
To have this appointment where I'm spending hundreds of dollars on myself, and you're interested in me? No, I don't have free conversations. And I implore you, if you are a woman who takes great care of herself and does great things for herself and keeps herself up, think about whether you're having free conversations. I treat my phone like it still has minutes and you're not using mine up. That's it. Love you. Bye. I pay too much money for my upkeep to be having free conversations. I had somebody reach out to me. They have been reaching out.
Listen to you just heard the whole video, but listen to the first 20 seconds one more time.
Been reaching out to me in my DMs, and I was kind of ignoring it, just leaving them on red because I'm not interested. And today,
boom, right there. She wasn't interested. This person or this dude kept hitting her up on Instagram in her DMs. My first question is this. Do you follow this guy? Right? Because if not, if he was DMing you, his DMs will go to like your requests folder. So unless you're checking that every day, which I know I don't, I probably should. There's probably all sorts of important stuff in there. But yeah, unless you're checking for that, I mean, obviously you want the attention. You like the attention. Because if somebody's constantly hitting you up, right, and you're not interested in them, why would you not block them? Why would you not mute them? What it sounds like is that she wasn't interested. She wasn't interested, right? However, she was going to save this person for a season where she was in drought of attention and engagement. And if he still happened to be around, she would then finally give that person the time of day just out of boredom. And that's exactly what she's saying here.
They consistently message me. And so I said, okay, I'll answer. This morning I had a shampoo appointment. And so I answered and they were like, am I disturbing you? And I said, I don't converse with men that I don't know. And they
So if you don't converse with men you don't know, why are you doing it right now? Here's my issue. It's a very, very nasty thing to do. To claim that you are not interested in somebody. To claim that you don't talk to people that you don't know. But since you're bored, you'll allow it. However, you're going to place a financial barrier of entry to the conversation with you. All that means is that you can be purchased. Straight up. You can be bought. Even if we were in a committed relationship or marriage, if somebody comes along and is willing to fund your lifestyle more than I can afford or whatever the dude you're with can afford, you're going. So I just think it's nasty when, if you don't like the person, don't allow them to keep talking to you and basically say, hey, look, there's no free trials over here. You got to subscribe, basically. I mean, she must have that Paramount Plus pussy, that Peacock pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a subscription. It's a buy-in. It's literally a buy-in. That's what's nasty about it. Whew. By the way, foreheads on 10. Eyebrows don't look that good either. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. Ah, man. Pay for play is right. That's exactly right. Okay, so are you a prostitute? All that talking when she could have just stated a price. For sure. For sure. I mean, and somebody says she's living above her means. Obviously, this woman is very successful if she can afford all the things that, she's claiming to be affording for herself. But obviously, she can't really afford it if she has to resort to telling guys that she's not interested in to pay for her stuff. It's just nasty, man. I hate it. I hate it. The guy needs to stop messaging her too. Me Too era should have taught guys not to do that either. Yeah, that's another thing. All you guys out there, and I hope nobody listening does this. If you are talking to yourself in a woman's DMs, please, number one, grow up. Number two, pick yourself up off the ground. Stand up. Stand up. Because that's ridiculous. Not to say that you can't, chase a woman that you're after or really show her that you're interested, but like if she's continuously leaving you on red, she's not interested. She don't want you. Just move on. Just move on. It is not worth it. At the end of the day, all you look like is a clown. And in this case, she looks like a clown too. Herb says, I'm a victim of that, Sutton. Please be just being honest. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm telling you right here now, it's not going to get you nowhere. It's not going to get you. And I'm sure you probably don't do this anymore, but like it will never get you what you actually want. Because I don't think that women look at men like that as desirable. It's not a desirable thing. If you're just constantly chasing, talking to yourself in the DMs. Hey, beautiful. Good morning. Ha ha ha. That looks really good for lunch. I hope it was good. Was it good? No. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Let me see. Right, son, they need to go to the gym, find their purpose, and talk to people in real life. I guess talking about the men. Well, yeah, that's a start. See, I don't even like to be that person who kind of spews the rhetoric of like red pill, like, oh, go to the gym, don't talk to women, and get money and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, all those things can help. But it's really like you just gotta look within. Like just respect yourself first and foremost. Because I feel like you're disrespecting yourself when you advance towards somebody and they show you time and time again that they are not receptive to your advances. It's a lack of respect for yourself. So before you get, in the gym, you find your purpose, and maybe it takes that for you to get there. But you just got to develop some sort of respect for yourself first. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let me see. Here we go. You don't chase her if she wants you. That's another thing. That's another thing. I guarantee you, she's not putting up this financial barrier of entry for a dude that she actually wants to talk to. The dude that she actually wants, she's not asking him. She's not saying like, "Hey, do you want to contribute to my next hair appointment?" No, she's gonna say like, "Oh, I'm going to my hair appointment right now." She's not gonna ask for no money, nothing like that, because she knows that that's embarrassing low key. It's embarrassing low key. If I barely know you, why are you asking me for money for your own upkeep? And I think women know that's embarrassing, but they know that with these guys who are desperate for them, they can get away with something like that. And that's why I say these guys have no respect for themselves. So like I said, stand up. Stand up. Right? Stand up. Chris says all you got to do is get a girlfriend. These types love taking men. Man, I can't really speak for her, but like based off of what she's saying, I mean, I don't think I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past her. Yeah. My purpose is to end the generational trauma in my family and raise a loving family. That's a great purpose. Your purpose does not need to be money. You need to have a sense of identity. That's what I mean by finding your purpose. I love that. I love that. And in there, learn respect. Ashley says low self-esteem, lack of self-respect to deal with women like that. For sure. 100%. 100%. 100%. That's all. She was just taking advantage. She was just bored. She was just bored. Probably wasn't getting as many likes on her story as she normally gets. Not as many guys in her DMs as she normally gets. So she was like, you know what? This guy's been around for a long time, shooting a shot, shooting a shot, shooting a shot. Let me just see what he's talking about. And you know what? I'm gonna make it hard on him because I don't want him. So I'm gonna make the barrier for entry really, really high and just see how he reacts. Because it's like, why not? She has nothing to lose. If he says no, kick rocks. She's like, all right, I didn't like him anyway. If he agrees, it's like, all right, cool. I get my hair paid for. It's a win-win for her, but it's nasty at the end of the day. It is. But I'll leave that. I'll leave that. And I think that is actually going to do it, guys. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Sudden Reactions. I think that's going to do it. It's been a great one. It's been episode 19. Make sure you guys like this video, sub to the channel if you are new over here. Again, my name is Sutton Def. We do this video, or we do the stream, the show, all week, every week. So if that sounds good to you, just reacting to any and everything, make sure you leave a like, make sure you sub. And then also, if you have any topics, any videos, any discussions that you want me to react to, you can send them to my social media at Sutton Def on Twitter or Instagram. And listen, guys, I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. Again, enjoy those divisional round games. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good weekend of football. So make sure you kick back, enjoy that. Hopefully our Ravens get a step closer to hiring their new head coach. I know they're interviewing Robert Saleh on Sunday, and that'll be the last of the interviews. I think there's only one more. I think Joe Brady will be the last one after Saleh on Sunday. So we might have some news in the next 2 weeks, I would guess, but we'll see. But make sure you stay locked in to the Sutton Reactions channel and the Purple Rain podcast channel, because we're going to give you all the updates over there. Love you guys.